So welcome everyone. In this session, we'll discuss on VAT and the concept of VAT. So, so what exactly value added tax? Value added tax tax system. It is an olden concept actually. It is more transparent, uniform, and less uh, actually prone to tax evasion. So the VAT is actually the VAT in India actually is a state level multi point tax on value addition. Actually, this the same is collected at a different stages of a sale with a provision for a set of for a tax paid at the previous stages. So it is to be levied as a proportion of the value added, that is sales minus purchase. So that means raw material, raw material supplier, it will go to manufacturer. Manufacturer will pay money, and raw material supplier will charge VAT. Okay, against the raw material. So manufacturer will make finished goods and give it to the wholesaler. Okay, and wholesaler will give pay money, and the manufacturer will charge VAT. Okay, value added tax in each value. So see, manufacturer is adding value to the raw material and making, you know, goods or product, finished product. Okay, finished product. So value has added. So for that, manufacturer is charging VAT. Okay, then wholesaler will give it to next level, maybe a distributor. Okay, distributor will pay money to the wholesaler, and wholesaler will charge a VAT, and distributor is entitled to pay VAT. So what exactly distributors do? Distributor will give it to the retailer. So retailer will, what exactly retailer will pay a sum of money with the VAT to the distributor. So retailer will give that product to the customer, right? Customer will pay to the retailer, and he is entitled to pay the whole tax. Okay, so the burden, at the end of the day, burden will come and end up in the shoulder of the customer. And you know that VAT is very transparent in nature, right? Transparent. And VAT helps to minimize tax evasion, right? So VAT is a consumption tax because it is borne ultimate by the final consumer. So VAT is a consumption tax, right? It's a consumption tax. Yes, manufacturer will consume the raw material, wholesaler will consume the final product, the distributor will consume the wholesaler's product, same retailer will so every stages there is a consumption in the sense like they are not using that product, but they are all the customers. So the end consumer, this is the consumer has to take all the burden. So it is called as a consumption tax. Consumption tax. So in each stages, the wholesaler, distributor, everyone plays a role of a customer, but they are not the final consumer. Okay. So actually, VAT is not a charge on companies. It is charged as percentage of price. So which means that the actual tax burden is visible at each stages in the production and distribution supply chain. So in you can see in each supply chain you can see some value addition. So raw material change into a final good or product. Wholesaler will take it into the inventory. Have an example, if it is a finished perishing product, wholesaler will keep it in cold storage. So wholesaler will charge that much of his charges of everything. So for that charges he will charge the VAT as per the charge unit price he charges on the value added product. What distributor do? Distributor will transist, right, one place to another, and he will get the product to each nook and corner of the place or the city. So he is making some value addition, right? Supply chain is fully value addition, right? Supply chain is fully value addition. So he will charge his supply chain activity. So wholesaler is doing also a supply chain activity. Okay, he is also part of a supply chain. So what exactly he will charge? His value addition. So his charges will be greater than the wholesaler. So what happens? The VAT will be proportionate to the charge made by the distributor or charge made by the wholesaler. And retailer, you can see some value addition is there. They are also giving like a good ambience, good shelving, good packing, everything. So understood. So retailer will charge more than the distributor. So what happens? By same way, proportionate tax will also, VAT will also increase. So it is a percentage of price, which means that the actual charge burden is visible at each stages of a supply chain or distribution chain. So it is collected fractionally via a system of a deduction, whereby taxable person can deduct from their VAT liability the amount of tax they have paid to the other taxable person on purchase. Have an example. The manufacturer once again, the manufacturer paid VAT to the distributor, right? Sorry, the raw material supplier. He can deduct that VAT paid by him from the wholesaler. So in each stages they will do that. Even retailer will take the VAT which he has paid to the distributor from the customer. So that's why it is called as the customer burden tax. So customer will take all the burden. Okay, every time customer will a customer has to burn his pocket. So this mechanism ensures that the tax is neutral regardless of how many transactions are involved. So in other words, we can say like it is a multi-stage tax. You can see different stages, right? So levied only on value added at each stage in the chain of a production of goods and services, with the provision of a set off for the tax paid at an earlier stage in the chain. So the objective is to avoid cascading, that no one has to take all the burdens, because what exactly, as I said here, the tax paid to raw material supplier will be taken from the manufacturer, from the wholesaler, right? So there is no burden. So what happens, if there is cascading effect, what happens? That means the manufacturer is charging a new VAT to the wholesaler. What happens? It is a huge burden, right? So it is what exactly? It is what exactly? The same tax will be taken from different wholesalers. So how it can be calculated? Have an example. I paid 100 rupees tax to the supplier. Okay, I'm a manufacturer. So I manufacture 10 units of products. 10 units of products. Sorry, 100 units of products. Consider 100 units of products, and I paid, 100 rupees for the raw material, as it is not the price of the raw material, it is only a VAT. It is only VAT. So VAT, I have paid tax for the raw material supplied, and I made 100 units, and I collect 1 rupee, 1 rupee plus the cost of unit produce. Okay, plus margin, my margin is equal to my MRP, that is manufacturer's MRP, maximum retail price, from the wholesaler. So I am collecting it from in a very nominal way, right? Very nominal way. So I have to sell 100 unit for receiving the VAT which I have given to the supplier. Understood? So the objective is to avoid cascading effect, which can have a snowball effect on prices. So it is assumed that due to cross-checking in a multi-stage tax evasion will be checked, resulting in higher revenues to the government. So on the other hand, we can speak about GST. So GST stands for what? Goods and, yes, services tax. Okay, service is different, services is different. Okay, and servitile is different. Service is what exactly? I'm doing a service, right? I'm a teacher, I'm just speaking, I'm just giving my thoughts, etc. or service. If you get infrastructure also with the service, it is altogether we can call it as services. If a if a hair stylish coming to your home and giving the service, it is called as service. If you are going over there, you can feel the ambience and getting the hair stylist service, then altogether we can call services. All right, servitile is different. So GST stands for goods and services tax, and is proposed to be a comprehensive indirect tax levy on manufacturer or manufacture, sale, and you know consumption of goods and what, services. If you go to hotel, whatever it is, restaurant, so the services charges will be, they will collect the services charge. If you are getting into an AC restaurant, definitely services charge up to 18 percentage they will take, otherwise you have to pay 12 percentage. If you go to a 5-star hotel, you have to pay 18 percentage of a service taxes. Okay, so in its main object is to solidate all indirect tax levies into single tax, except custom. Okay, so replacing multiple tax levies, overcoming the limitations of existing indirect tax structure, and creating efficiencies in tax administration. So simply put, GST in a way, like GST is a tax levied on goods and services imposed at each point of sale. What is the drawback of a VAT? We cannot impose it on services sometime. We cannot impose um, VAT in services. So there is a chance of tax evasion also. But in goods and services tax, Do you know from which country we adopted GST? We adopted GST from France. Okay. So here the tax evasion can be minimized. Okay, if people are doing that, that is another side. So such GST could be on entire goods and services. On there could be some exempted class of goods or services, or a negative list of goods and services on which GST is not levied. So GST is an indirect tax in lieu of tax on goods. What tax on goods? Excise. And tax on service in lieu of. Okay. So in lieu means in addition. So GST is just like a state level. So VAT, which is levied as tax on sale of a goods only, not to service. So GST can be just like a state level VAT. Okay. But what is another side of GST? It is collecting taxes from the service rendered also. So GST will be a national level VAT applicable on goods and services. It's same like a VAT, which is happening in the state wise. Okay, same like VAT, but only one difference is it is national. It is national level thing. It has, or it is levying tax on services as well. So that's why it is called as goods and services. A major change in administering GST will be that the tax incidence is at the point of sale as against the present system of a point of origin. So tax happen at the where? Tax happening at the point of sales where you pay money. Where you pay money instead of a point of origin that we that we learned as per the VAT. So here what happens? It is happening at point of where? Point of exchange or point of purchase or point of sales. Okay, where you pay money. Okay. So GST is a well designed VAT on all goods and services, and actually it is most elegant method to eliminate distortion to tax consumption. So one of the reason to go for a GST is like a way is to facilitate seamless credit across the entire supply chain, across all state under a common tax basis. So it is a tax on goods and services which will be levied at each point of sales, or provision of services. Yes, here also point of sales is happening. Point of sales is happening. Okay, each point of sales are happening, but one condition is also there. If what if you go for a service business? What is point of sale? If I am taking tuition, I have to apply service taxes. I have to pay my income tax as well as I have to apply services tax. So if I am taking 100,000 rupees from you, I have to charge up to 12% of a service tax from the student. No one is doing that, but legally we have to do that. So that is a point of sale. Point of sale. So every point of sale should be chargeable in GST. We cannot evade taxes, especially in service sector. So So the seller or the service provider can claim the input credit of tax which he has paid while purchasing the good or procuring the services. So this is because they include GST in the price of the goods and services they sell, and can claim credit for the most GST included in the price of goods and the services they buy. So the cost of GST is borne by the final consumer, same like a VAT. So therefore, GST is a broad-based and a single comprehensive tax levied on goods and services consumed in an economy. So actually, it would replace the certain things like central excise duty. GST can replace central excise duty. So if you are manufacturing something, there is an excise duty. It can be replaced by GST, even though you are giving VAT. If the manufacturer is giving VAT, manufacturer was to a bit, with giving or levying central excise duty. But now, if as per the enactment of GST, central excise duty also by covered by GST. Services tax will be covered by GST. So another is countervailing duty. Countervailing duty. So countervailing duty means CVD. CVD. That means the tax levied on imports in lieu of excise duty. In lieu of excise duty. So while importing something, you have to pay excise duty plus countervailing duty. So countervailing duty has been exempted. Only thing you have to pay GST. Surcharges and cess is included in GST. Then luxury tax, everything. Luxury tax. So no separate taxes. What exactly you can take everything all together from GST. So taxes on lottery, betting, wagering or gambling, etc. comes under GST. That's why nowadays we have Anishka. Where is Anishka? Anishka, you asked me a doubt like a wagering. Some wagering companies are here. Wagering means gambling companies are here, right? Rummy. So actually, if Rummy companies comes under GST, that's why we can India has given a space for gambling companies. If you if you if you if you are playing gambling in Rummy, okay, Rummy app. If you download Rummy app and you are playing Rummy, and you got 1,000 rupees, and you have to pay GST, they will deduct GST. Okay, because it is a service. Consider as gambling is considered as a service. Betting is considered as out. Lottery is considered as a service. Understood? So that's why India has enacted a law favor to gambling also. Understood? Hello? Yes. So next is what are the features of a VAT? So it encourages and result in better administrative system. Better administrative system. and it eliminates tax evasion, but cannot control. Eliminates tax evasion. It avoids undervaluation at all stages of production and distribution. Undervaluation in the sense like you cannot say like I have not charged my VAT while I am selling my product. No, you have to, you know, you are you. If I'm planning to sell my product for 5 rupees, how can I, or 10 rupees? I have to calculate in a way like I have to predict other things also. That is inflation, then contingency. So I will put 15 rupees, and for 15 rupees I will charge VAT. Okay, it is a legitimate, or it is like very very you know logical kind of a valuation of your product. So 15 rupees. So you will get profit out of 10 rupees, but you are putting 15 rupees and you are taking VAT out of 15 rupees. So you are a manufacturer, or the wholesaler is in the safer side. What happens if you give 10 rupees? If any contingency happen, okay, maybe you you charge only for 10 rupees, you charge VAT only for 10 rupees. If any contingency happen, the cost of transportation, cost of things have been increased, then at the end of the day you cannot say that I haven't charged pretty as per the you know I haven't charged handsomely as per the situation. No, you cannot say that. So there is a freedom of charging VAT as per no legally, as per you know the situation, or you can predict the situations, and you can charge the VAT. So it will avoid undervaluation. So it helps to do away with the cascading effect. We avoid cascading effect or snowball effect. That means I need not want to, if manufacturer gives VAT to the supplier, manufacturer will collect that VAT from the wholesaler. Manufacturer is not entitled to collect this VAT, and manufacturer cannot make another VAT, cannot charge another VAT from the wholesaler. Wholesaler cannot do the same thing, VAT plus VAT which he has given to the um, VAT which he has given to the you know manufacturer, plus a VAT he is creating. No, only thing what exactly the wholesaler has given to the manufacturer, that he can collect it from the distributor. That's it. So that we can avoid cascading effect. It contributes to the physical consolidation of the country. Fiscal, what do you mean by fiscal? Tax. Fiscal policy means tax policy. Okay, fiscal consolidation. Country. One second. Yes, Vidisha, you can leave. Okay, you can leave. Please let me know the attendance. Please. Okay. Okay. So it will reduce what? The debt in due course. Reduce debt in due course, because everyone is charging their charges when they sell their products, right? Everyone is charging, so there is no debt. The final bill is it is implied that those people are charging their VAT. Okay, so it will reduce the debt in due course. It stop unhealthy tax rate war. Okay, so it is a very civilized kind of VAT is a civilized kind of you know tax division, but the most civilized one is GST. I don't know if we can expect other kind of tax policies, especially indirect tax policies may come in future. Okay, because even in tax, fiscal policy is also a part of research. So new kind of a research will come. New kind of income comes, or new kind of services comes, definitely people will, or new kinds of a money transaction come, definitely the policies may change. Okay, so every time this tax policy is dynamic in nature. Every year you can see some changes. So this is the end of VAT and GST. This much you can, this is enough for you actually. So in the next class, if you need, I will explain about what's the difference between VAT and GST. There is no much difference. Only difference is service has been added and some other things have been uh, included in GST, which I have explained there. If you want more, I can explain it further. So thank you so much, everyone.